race?
Oh, it's just all about patience. You know, you don't have to run aggressively here. You got to run aggressively patient. And I mean, you can wreck hard here. Oh my gosh, I've had some of the worst wrecks I've ever had in my life. You know, and I heard there was a little bit of blistering issues with some of the tires, and hopefully they'll keep that in mind, how to manage that. And so I hope that's not going to be an issue. I heard they scuffed tires to make everything better, so that's good. But you know, if you hang out with the wrong crowd in a race too long and you get in a wreck, it's probably your own fault. You really gotta hang out with the right guys you're racing with. You can't, if you see a guy that's being too aggressive, lap after lap after lap, you gotta back off that a little bit. I mean, I've done that. I mean, I'll run these 500 lappers and say, man, this situation I'm in isn't looking right, and I'll have to throttle back and choose somebody else to race with at that particular point. But you got to be patient, but it's only 100 lappers, so you can't be too patient. I know it's going to go by real quick. So, you know, to try to answer that question is a tough one, because there's so many different things you got to do during the race. You got to run hard when you need to run hard. You got to be patient when you need to be patient. You only, if you're leading or running up front, you only need to run as hard as you need to run. Some of those races, I won 7 of them over at Martinsville, and people say, how'd you run that race? I said, man, I get to the start-finish line, I roll out of the throttle so I can save my brakes and keep everything nice and cool. And when it was time to run, I pick up the throttle and run hard again. So I would manage how hard I needed to run. I wasn't flat out running a qualifying lap every single lap. You just can't win a race doing it that way, unless you're in the All-Star race last night in Charlotte. Last night you had to be an animal every single lap on your restarts, on everything. But you don't have to do that right now here.
We're going to open up to questions. We've got a microphone, so if you'll raise your hand, we'll get it to you. Alan, did you have, Alan?
Bristol, do you think this is long overdue for the short track guys, this kind of event?
Oh yeah, I think this is way overdue. I really do. I think this is a great venue to have it at. I hate that we're dealing with all this weather right now, because, I mean, I think of the Snowball Derby down in Florida, which is such a big event that everybody wants to go to. My gosh, you're in one of the world's famous short tracks ever, right here in Bristol, and I think this is the perfect place to have it. I mean, I think that after this event's over, everybody needs to go back home and reevaluate how to make it better and how to do it proper and bring it back again and do it again. But no, I'm all for this. When I heard about it, I went, man, fantastic. Jerry, Claudel, and all those guys here, I think they've done a great job, and the associations all getting together and make this happen. I love it. I hope it comes back again, yes.
Remind you of your barnstorming days with Mark Martin and all the teenagers?
Oh yeah, I remember, this was, an event like this used to be our Daytona 500. I mean, this was something that when we'd have the big All-American 400. In Nashville, we had the big Winchester 400. And I remember, you know, going to those events and actually winning both of those races. When I won the 400 at Winchester and all that, it was like everything in the world to me. And this event has got the capability to be bigger than all that. I mean, with how the car count they had and all those things, this can be one of the world's biggest short track races. Very, very easy. The Snowball Derby is a cool race. There's no doubt about that. But I think this is a better track, and I think this is a proper venue to have this at. I really do.
And then finally, you think the average fan understands how evil a super late model is, how fast?
No, I don't think they do. Although, when I was up in Tennessee this past weekend at the dealerships, there was a lot of chatter. There was a lot of people talking about this race. I got, you know, some of our guys coming from the dealerships coming here today, got our sponsors coming here today, and just a lot of race fans interested in that. And they're looking to come here, and they're pumped up about it. So, but they got to be educated. They need to come here and see the great race and go, wow, that was incredible. I mean, you see how fast they're running around here. In mid 14-second bracket, I mean, it's definitely faster than cup cars. And watch them go through the corners, they're just sailing through the corners. And when you bring all these up-and-coming stars, and many, many of them, that's what's so great about this event. If this event only had 25 decent cars and that was it, it might be a ho-hum, let's move on to the next event. But when you flood it with a bunch of good cars and everybody from around the country showing up, it's a big deal. It really is. Like I say, I hate that the weather's is raining on everybody's parade right now. Let's hope we get past that and see how it really turns out.
Pretty good Wallace kid in the field there too, you going to be watching?
Well, got to. You can blood thicker than water, so you got to watch your own stunners. No doubt about that, you know. But He's put a lot of effort into it, I know that. He's talked about this race all year long.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.
All right, thank you guys, appreciate it.